This is WGS-TV. I'm Double B Billy Boudreaux here on the WGS YouTube channel. Now, I do apologize for getting on here late. After Monday Night Raw, I told Andy and Rev Jake I was going to be on with them, and they were going to do the video with me, but things, turned out the way they were. I didn't get a chance to get with them in time, so to Rev and Andy, I apologize to you guys. Now, coming up tomorrow right here on the WGS YouTube channel with WGS-TV, if I can get with Andy and Rev in time, I have a little video plan, the history of the interview segments, and interview segments like Piper's Pit, Carlitos Cabana, A Flair for the Gold. We're going to talk about that. And, give a little history into it and talk about some of our favorite moments. So be sure you look into that. Well, we have Monday Night Raw tonight. And let's just say it did not start in a real good way. I mean, if there's such a word as, epic fail. We use that a lot on WGS radio. And beginning of it was an epic fail. There's no other way we can put it, considering the fact that after the Memorial Video tribute package that WWE was putting on, there were technical errors, technical difficulties, and it pretty much just threw the opening segment involving R-Truth and John Cena just completely out of whack. I mean, I know WWE worked feverishly to fix this error, but let's look at it. Let's look at it like this. It was kind of like they were in a badly dubbed Japanese movie. Like I Will Kill You Now. Kind of like that. That's the way the audio was synced up, and it had a radio quality to it too. So it just really threw everything out of balance for the moment. Yeah, weird commercial on TV. That's why I just turned it off. Anyway, why would you care? Anyway, basically they did a whole segment of R-Truth against John Cena, and yada yada yada, more about the conspiracy theory, and apparently. I think I might have talked about this last week, too. Apparently, they're going to play Paranoia R-Truth. Like, there's a conspiracy theory. Gee. Kind of sounds like Chris Jericho's old heel theme. Heel gimmick. There's a conspiracy against me. But he didn't play it as whacked out as R-Truth is playing it. Really, really weird. So, apparently now, basically the opening segment was to set up the main event, which was R-Truth and John Cena. Opening match was Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston. Now, they had some okay series of matches over on Friday Night SmackDown when it was involving the Intercontinental title. For those of you who don't remember, I think they were trading it back and forth. But, This match delivered. It delivered. I thought it was really good, really entertaining match, and Dolph Ziggler ended up getting the win. Now, I know a lot of people might frown on it, but I really hope they really are reigniting the feud of Ziggler and Kofi Kingston on Monday Night Raw. This time over the United States title. Might make some interesting TV for once on WWE. Then we had Alberto Del Rio come out and. Basically, it was some more chitter-chatter, especially involving what happened with the Big Show last week. For those who don't remember, Ricardo Rodriguez ran him down backstage. It was basically about 5 or 6 minutes that I'll never get back in my life. Basically, a pure heel gimmick, pure heel segment here with Alberto Del Rio. It makes me kind of wonder, though. Just exactly how long is Big Show going to be out? Now, how long is it going to take him to recover from his injury, and will they or will they not start a feud with him and Alberto Del Rio, and how would that pan out? Think about that. How would that pan out? Then we had Kelly and Eve taking on the Bellas. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about them. My mind went blank. Anyway, we had Kelly and Eve taking on the Bellas. I'm sorry, it happened again. Never mind. Little joke I was running. I mean, for the lack of wrestling ability, especially Kelly, Eve, and the Bellas, yeah! I like to thank the WWE cameraman for getting the nice ass shots of the Bellas when they were on the ring apron. Thank you. It was beautiful. Then we end. One thing I would like to bring up before I bring up the next segment that involved Michael Cole and Alex Riley. Josh Matthews was not on commentary on this match, on this Monday Night Raw. Now, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if, they decided that Josh Matthews, enough with Josh Matthews, and they pulled him from Monday Night Raw. I don't know what's going on. One scenario they could be possibly doing, the way I see it, is they pulled Josh Matthews off of Raw, and Michael Cole kind of dropped the heel gimmick maybe a little bit, maybe back to the way it was when he was just, a supporter of The Miz, and then everything else he was just regular play-by-play. And what they could possibly doing is they're going to yank Michael Cole off of SmackDown, and they're just going to have Josh Matthews work with Booker T as the commentary team. Because essentially you can't have the same, if you're advertising different wrestling brands in your company, you can't use the same commentators because the same wrestlers are not on each show. Doesn't make sense. So you have to have different commentary teams. I mean, Booker T, and they're not going to go back and forth with him. No, he's going to stay on Friday Night SmackDown. And I think that's what they need to do with Josh Matthews, and they could be possibly doing that. They probably figured, it's time to dial down the heel gimmick on Michael Cole just a tad bit, and then have him, just do what he's supposed to be doing, like I said, right when NXT 1 started with him and The Miz and stuff like that, and have Josh Matthews be the play-by-play guy on Friday Night SmackDown. It's a possibility. It could happen that way. Anyway, Michael Cole asked for Alex Riley to come out and demanded an apology, and wanted to know why Alex Riley did what he did, said he was wrong. Again, Michael Cole being the heel gimmick, the Miz supporter. And, of course, Alex Riley, who actually had it interesting, and one thing that the people who did notice on my Blog TV channel during the show was the fact that, they called it a jobber theme. Now, I'm not one to put labels on anybody yet, so I'm not going to call Alex Riley a jobber because, But here's the thing that ticks me off, though. This is what I found out. The story now. Initially, on the draft, Alex Riley was drafted to Friday Night SmackDown. Then they brought him back saying that The Miz had him under a personal services contract, and then he was supposed to be with him. And then we had Miz fire Alex Riley. They go back and forth last week. And then they said tonight on Monday Night Raw that the anonymous Raw general manager re-signed Alex Riley on Monday Night Raw. Okay, now WWE. Hear me out, WWE. Do you think that we, the wrestling fans, we here in the wrestling community are morons? Do you think we're stupid? Do you think we're so dumb that we would forget the draft? Where you drafted Alex Riley to Friday Night SmackDown? Do you think we completely forgot about that? That's an insult to us, WWE. An insult to our intelligence. I, for one, remember the fact that Alex Riley got drafted to Friday Night SmackDown. I posted a video about it with the supplemental draft results. So why are you doing this? Why are you... Now, it wouldn't make for good TV, Miz and Alex Riley a feud. I mean, it makes sense. But after the feud, have him go back to Friday Night SmackDown. Don't put him on Raw permanently. Anyway, if we're in hindsight, the end of this segment, it was Miz coming out, seeking attacking Alex Riley. Alex Riley turned it around. Basically, it was a Miz beatdown week 2. Then we had a pretty okay match with CM Punk and Rey Mysterio. The only thing that distracted me, though, is the fact that during this match, apparently we had some drama developing in the Blog TV chat room. Now, for those of you who follow me on Blog TV, please hear me out on this, okay? If it comes down to me choosing between the guys in the WGS team and the rest of you guys, I have to go with the rest of the guys on the WGS team. Alright? And there's a certain individual who decided, that he wanted to come into my chat room and just be complete nonsense. Okay? Now, I'm going to make this official on here. This person knows who he is. I'm not going to say his name on here. Because, again, I'm not about starting drama on my YouTube channel. Okay? That's one thing you'll never see here on my channel, is me starting drama with anybody, anywhere, anytime. But this individual knows who he is. And I'm going to say to this, if you learn to drop your nonsense, okay, then you'll be welcome back in my Blog TV room. Until then, until you are ready to actually drop the crap that you're doing and seriously discuss what we're talking about during Monday Night Raw or whenever I'm on Blog TV, then you will be welcome back in my chat room. Until then, take your nonsense and go peddle your shit over to somebody who actually gives a crap, who's willing to play those games with you, because I don't. I'm not going to play those games with you. And you can have 5,000 accounts on Blog TV. I'll ban you 5,000 times. It does not hurt my finger to scroll it over and click your name and click banned. It is not a strenuous activity. And if you think I'm wrong, test me. Test me. That's all I'm going to tell you. Test me. Anyway. Then we had Karma's announcement on Monday Night Raw, and when she was in TNA as Awesome Kong, we never really heard her talk very much. And we wouldn't, one wouldn't think that she would be really good on the microphone. Now, I for one personally met her at an SIWA show. It was like last June, and she, I don't want to break kayfabe or anything like that, but I'm tired of people having this negative attitude about her. She's really a nice person. She took the time out to take a picture with me, to meet me, and she was very, very nice. I'm tired of people having all these negative attitudes about people and the characters they play in wrestling. I'm tired of it, These people are getting all this kind of hate when they really don't deserve it. It's just their character that they're playing. Anyway, they did the whole announcement about her having the baby, her being with child, and she had to be gone for the next year. Then we had the Bellas come out. I guess the Bellas are heels. Then again, anyway. And they started poking fun of her and everything like that. And then Karma, Karma being Karma, was hoping that they would be back in the next year. We had a rematch with Evan Bourne and Jack Swagger. Now, I'm calling Michael Cole out again. Jack Swagger's finishing move is a gut-wrench powerbomb, not a gut-wrench suplex, you freaking piece of monkey garbage. You call yourself a professional commentator, and you got the nerve to botch up a simple gut-wrench powerbomb by calling it a suplex? Michael Cole, I know I can commentate circles around you. You can have all your degrees in journalism all you want. I am a better commentator than you, because I know my wrestling moves. I know my wrestling history. Apparently you don't, Michael Cole. Apparently you don't, because you thought a gut-wrench powerbomb was a gut-wrench suplex. If you don't believe me, listen back to your commentary on Monday Night Raw and listen how you botched it. You botched a lot of things in your career. Jim Ross never would have called that a gut wrench powerbomb. Now, before I get to the main event, which was R-Truth. Oh, by the way, Evan Bourne in an upset victory beat Jack Swagger. I want to make note to something that Karma said, since I did mention Jim Ross. She did mention something in her statement that she tried out for NXT, I think for the second season of Tough Enough, and Jim Ross went to her and said that she was too fat at that time to be a WWE diva. I don't know if that was Jim Ross being mean. I mean, and, does he not remember Bertha Faye? Or I'm trying to remember what that Japanese lady was who was big that had the feud with Alundra Blaze. Nakano something. I can't. I'm seeing her face right now, and the hair she used to have, like purple hair. I think it was like Nakano something. I think she might have been with Mr. Fuji. I'm not sure. If you guys know that, please tell me in the comment section below. But we've had big divas in the past, and I think Jim Ross might have been just a little bit out of line by saying that about Karma. But what you really have to admire is the fact that she did finally accomplish her dream, and it was her dream to get into the WWE, and it was also her dream to be a mother, and I wish her the best of luck and the happiest of time with you, and hope you have a very happy and healthy child when you have your child. Now, on to the main event was R-Truth and Cena. Now, you want to talk about lackluster main events. This was a pitiful excuse for one. R-Truth and John Cena. I mean, half the time, half this match was spent with R-Truth, running on the outside like he, had his butt lit on fire or something like that. And then next thing you know, it was the old ploy, get him out of there, and then clothesline him, run back in the ring, win by countout. And that's pretty much what happened. And then during R-Truth's segment earlier in the night, he went to a particular man and his child who were wearing John Cena t-shirts. By the way, this is not a John Cena t-shirt, even though it is red. It's one of my Mario t-shirts. So do not fret, people on WGS Radio. I'm not wearing a John Cena t-shirt tonight. Even though I'm not a John Cena hater. But apparently he went to the child and the dad, and then apparently R-Truth took the drink from the child who was wearing the John Cena t-shirt and, threw water in his face or whatever the beverage was. And John Cena came out. R-Truth, like the typical heel, ran away scared. And that's how they ended Monday Night Raw. It was mainly, the ending was very, very lackluster. Now, you would have figured with all the issues they had at the beginning of the show, they would have done a better job, a better way of presenting it. But it didn't. Bottom line, Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston get my match of the night. I wish I could get given more consideration to Rey Mysterio and CM Punk, but due to the fact, I had to deal with drama and my attention was divided 3 different ways, I wasn't able to fully give them my attention. So Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston is my pick for match of the night. And again, I wish all the best to Karma. So again, look for in the future, possibly tomorrow, I will have up a video discussing the history of the interview segments in professional wrestling, and quite possibly a gameplay video. Until then, I'm Double B Billy Boudreaux. You've been watching WGS-TV.